This again, taking selfies with wild bears. Ugh, this is like watching a herd of gazelles gather as prey on Animal Planet. They're oblivious. Yeah, what a surprise. Would you think this was the Charmin bear? Look at him. He's like, where do these people get the confidence to get so close to me? They're either stupid or I'm just not intimidating enough anymore.
And that's exactly what I'm wondering. I'm wondering, where do people get the confidence to be investing right now in a market that's quite frothy, has been running up in 2023 and 2024, and they're not using a stop loss and they don't have a take profit strategy. Guys, for the last couple weeks, I've been talking to you about us moving out of the markup phase and into the distribution phase, which is where I believe that we are. Now, in the distribution phase, we're going to experience a higher high on the S&P 500, and we're going to experience a higher high on Bitcoin. But in this phase, the price action is going to be marked by really strong moments of capitulation. We saw that going into this weekend with crypto. A lot of things were absolutely smacked down. What is that? Why are we experiencing that? Well, it's because people are selling big bags of their favorite stocks in crypto and they're taking profit early. Now, what we can expect moving forward so that you don't get it mixed up is we then go back up on lower volume and lower momentum. And if you look at the RSI and you look at the volume chart, it's absolutely confirming what it is I'm sharing with you guys. Now, I've got an interesting show for you today. There's a stock, a big tech, Magnificent Seven company, one of my favorites, Tesla. That's the stock price on Tesla has been coiling and tightening and coiling and tightening. And I would tell you, going into this week, it's fully compressed. It's practically flattening out. A stock that normally is quite volatile. Now, we have a major catalyst news event this week, Wednesday, and I have been talking about this for quite a while. It's one of the two big things that has to be straightened out to get Tesla back above $200 and on its way to $300, and that's Elon's compensation package. We know that he got denied by a judge. Now, there's people speculating both ways as to what exactly is going to happen with it. There's some folks that are not interested in seeing him get paid, and let me share one of those articles with you guys. One group in particular is Norway's oil fund to vote against Musk's 56 billion Tesla pay award. Now, I don't know why these guys would want to vote against it, because I don't believe that this company can realize all of the opportunity that would justify pushing the price back up to $400 unless it has 100% of Elon's attention moving forward. It takes so much to bring some of the ideas forward, and he's proven himself to be the type of billionaire entrepreneur who can make ideas happen. He can get to space. He can create autonomous driving. He can create millions of robots to live inside your home and give birth to AI. His fingers and hands are on every innovative technology in America today. And I think that we need him at Tesla to make these things happen, to realize those bigger profitable gains for Tesla, to make it more than a car company. These guys are actually the 8th largest Tesla holder, and they are voting against this pay package. Now, at the moment, I've spent so much time analyzing the Tesla chart. I even called a buddy and said, hey, what do you see in it? I'm just looking for anything that could point me one way or the other on this chart that might give us an indication of what to expect. The truth is, the more we dialogued on the RSI, the stochastic, and all the various indicators, the LUXALGO suite, everything under the sun, the fact is, it's near 50-50. Now, from a technical standpoint, it's actually sitting slightly above the 50 on the RSI, which means that it's still in the bulls territory, but that doesn't really mean anything because it's all going to come down to that vote this Wednesday. It's going to move the stock. Now, where is it going to move the stock to? Well, I'm going to tell you guys, for sure, we're either going to go down to 160 or we're going back up to 200. That's the range. And because the price is compressed for such a long amount of time, I think we'll get an explosive move, which means that there is going to be hundreds of percentage points for you to gain on your capital if you get in at the right moment in the right direction. Which direction is that? Well, I'm going to tell you guys something I've learned. In moments like this, don't attempt to guess it. The charts are not clear. You want to be reactive. reactive, not proactive, which means that you can't get every single morsel of the move. You don't want to take the risk of trying to jump in advance and hope that you guessed it right. But I'll tell you this, if you understand the parameters and where it can go, and if you understand the importance of the moment, once that news comes out and once we see this stock move, then it's going to break the direction and we're going to follow and hopefully make a ton of money. Now, if you want to be with me on that, then you can join the Stock Squad Patreon, which is where I give more technicals, more trade alerts, and more commentary on my favorite stocks and crypto. This is the Stocks with Josh show. Thank you for joining me this weekend. Thank you for hitting the like and subscribing and just throwing a heart and saying hi in the comment section. I hope you are having a restful weekend. Now, another big event and news story was the fact that crypto had a pretty strong sell-off. And people were asking me, Josh, does this change anything? What does this change? Is crypto going up or down right now? Well, I'll take you into the crypto chart as well. And I'm also going to share a very interesting crypto news story, which I think we need to be looking at. It's not moving the stock price right now, but it's probably one of the biggest news stories that will ultimately move stock and crypto. And I'll get into that in just a second. But let me take a very quick station break for the MOOMOO investment app, guys. You can still get up to 15 free stock and a very high interest rate for depositing your funds and using them as your preferred retail stock broker. Click on the link and check out the offer that's available for you. It's available in the US, Australia, and Canada. All right, guys, here's the things I want you to see. I want you to note that the stock price is really been compressing and flattening out. So it's waiting for a direction move. We tested the bottom, we tested the high, we're really in the middle. And when it breaks, it's going to take off like a rocket. Now, one bullish move that I've got my eye on is the fact that the stochastic RSI has come back beneath 20, right? Which means that if we begin to break back above the 20% line on the stochastic RSI on the daily time frame, it means that we can move pretty quickly up to the upside. Now let's go check out the weekly version of this stochastic RSI. Now the story changes a little bit. In this scenario, we're elevated. And so let me just tell you how things might play out. If for some reason Elon doesn't get that pay package confirmed, then on the daily time frame, leading up to the vote, we could see a pop. But on the weekly time frame, they're absolutely prepared for this thing to drop because the momentum to the upside has been slowly cooling off, like a lot of Wall Street and the crypto world. But here's the other thing. I'm just going to remind you of the two things that we need to keep an eye out regarding Tesla. It's going to be his pay package. It's going to be the interest rates, because the auto industry, which right now Tesla's bread and butter is selling new EV cars, is still extremely rate sensitive. And so if it's not going to be the pay package, it's going to be inflation and the Fed's rate that are going to determine the outcome of Tesla stock. Tesla stock, though, I do believe when these things get straightened out, which I do believe they will get straightened out, is going to be higher in 2024. All right, let's jump into a Bitcoin news story that I just absolutely have to share with you guys because it's fascinating. And I'm going to talk about this again in the next video, but I'm just going to bring it to your attention right now. And that's the fact that BlackRock, together with Citadel, is going to create a new stock exchange in Texas. And there's a ton of speculation that they are going to be using on-chain metrics to bring 24-hour stock and crypto trading to the world. Now, I want to go back in time a little bit to explain to you some of the significance of this, because back in the day, the New York Stock Exchange was really the only player around, and there was a monopoly going on in the financial sector. But because they were dinosaurs and so slow to changing technology, it gave the opportunity for the NASDAQ, which was tech-focused in the way that they allowed trading to occur electronically. It allowed them to come in and get a big piece of the pie. Now, all the liquidity, which is the daily trading volume that occurs on each and every stock, All of that, largely in the course of time, has got split between the two of them. Now they have become a duopoly, right? They're two big players controlling finance in the United States. And the United States has more trading volume and market cap value than the entire world combined. So really the financial hub of the world is controlled by these two companies. And really, most people would view that they have an insurmountable financial moat. But BlackRock has figured out what a lot of you know, all the crypto degens know, which is times are a-changing. Blockchain and AI has changed already your future. It's just a matter of time before it all unfolds and we all figure out what is really at hand. Now, these guys are absolutely going to tokenize and put real-world assets as well as stocks and bonds on this new exchange. There's a whole other conversation about the politics of why BlackRock would choose Texas, and I think that's an interesting conversation. I'll talk more about that in the days ahead. But I want you guys to stay closely connected to this story because this is a game changer. And here's what it's going to change. It's going to cause the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ to be in scramble mode, full-blown red alert to get caught up into crypto adoption. Guys, now this is exciting. And it's one of the reasons why I believe that there is opportunity, unbelievable opportunity ahead. We are not, even now, we're not late to crypto. We are still at a place where the crypto party is getting started and getting ready to roll. But we do have BlackRock, Citadel, and all the big financial players getting their hands on it, getting their hands on the Bitcoin miners, and simply getting their hands on the Bitcoin itself. And so there's a lot of people that are just going to be sleeping at the wheel, and this thing's going to get away from them. So you've got to be very confident in your decisions regarding the crypto projects that you believe in and that you want to take a position in, because a lot of people are going to get left behind. All right, let's quickly go into the Bitcoin chart so that you guys can see what I see over there. Guys, I'm going to keep it very, very simple today. I still see this as a bullish setup moving forward, us towards 77K. Now, here's what I've got for you guys. I always want to give you the line in the sand. And for Bitcoin, right now, that's 64K. 64K is what I'd refer to as structural support. Now, if we lose this ascending line of support that is pushing the price up against this descending line of support, if we lose this, then and we open and close a candle beneath it, then yes, I believe we could come back and test this 64K, which would be another potential buy opportunity zone. At the moment, price is compressing. We may just squeeze in this little area of the triangle that you guys see on your screen and get a move up quickly to 77K. This theory is absolutely in line with what I've been telling you about the S&P 500 because we are in the final days, weeks, or month of the big move that's going to culminate before we get some sort of a corrective sideways summer move on the S&P, NASDAQ, and on Bitcoin. That's what I've been predicting. We'll have to see how it unfolds. I've shared with you many times on this page why. So the target is still 77K. There are some crypto projects that are very sleepy, and there's some that got knocked down harder than others. You guys know one of my favorite right now is Ondo, and I'm looking for opportunities to buy. But let's keep our eye on Bitcoin. Let's keep our eye on that trend line because if it holds, we're going to be moving up sooner than later to 77K. We'll cover this some more this week. Guys, I appreciate you joining me. Hit that like and subscribe and let me know if you got any questions in the comment section. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you again soon. Peace and blessings.